and welcome back to Beyond the Screen, the Family Connection podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Samantha Hayes, educator, parent, and founder of Beyond the Screen Families. Okay, hands up if your kids have said, I'm bored sometime in the last week. I'm pretty much sure and certain that every single one of your hands is up. And if you're like most parents, those two words can send you into instant problem solving mode. Should we go to the park? Do I pull out a craft? Should we turn on a show? Should I give them their iPad? Should I think of some creative game for them to play? Should I go scour Pinterest for something for them to do? But what if I told you that handling boredom doesn't have to be complicated? And it doesn't have to involve a screen. Today, I'm sharing my favorite strategies for ending the I'm bored complaints in 5 minutes or less. And yep, there's always a freebie. And you know what it is if you've been listening and following along. You don't want to miss it if you haven't, so stick around for that. But more importantly, stick around for everything I'm going to tell you. So first, let's flip the script on boredom. We tend to think that boredom is a problem. But honestly, it's a skill building moment. When kids get bored, their brains start to look at ways to fill this space. Now, you might have to get them past that first initial 5 minute I'm bored. Maybe it's 10 minutes where they're just mopey. I don't know what to do. But when you get past that, that's where the magic is. The creativity kicks in. Problem solving starts to happen. And self-directed play builds independence and confidence. The tricky part is getting them past that initial complaint phase. And there's no judgment here. I am in your shoes every single day with my kids. And my daughter, who's 6 years old, says, I'm bored. And there's that mopey, she just wants to follow me around moment. And I'm like, ooh, I don't know if I can take this. But I kid you not. Every time I've gotten past that initial I'm bored phase where she's following me around all mo because she doesn't know what to do, all of a sudden something magical happens and she'll scamper off and start doing something. And usually whatever she gets involved in becomes this beautiful, amazing art project or something really creative or some building thing. So if we jump in too quickly with a screen or some overcomplicated activity, we rob them of that chance to figure it out. So let me give you a quick example. Like I just said, my daughter does that mopey I'm bored around the house that I'm sure you experience with your own kids. There's nothing to do. Meanwhile, I am looking at a room full of toys. Literally, just over there in my house are a million toys that could be played with. But she's bored, right? She's bored. So instead of scrambling for her, for an idea for her, I said, let's go outside. And she was like, ooh, what? And I said, find me something green. And she walked over to it, pointed to it. And I was like, okay, find me something squishy. And she was like, And then she took a little bit longer and walked over to that. And I said, now find something to do with your brain. And that activity got her involved in something else. She just needed that little prompt. So, 60 seconds to redirect her brain from that I'm bored, there's nothing to do, to I am in charge of what I'm doing. I am independent. I am confident. I can do this. 60 seconds, 60 seconds for me to pause what I was doing, engage with her, and help her jumpstart her brain. So let's talk about how you can do the same thing. I love to keep boredom fixes really simple, right? Simple, three categories. Remember, I am the biggest fan of like back pocket ideas. You pull it out of your pocket and use it. So let's not overcomplicate this. Three categories: move it, make it, imagine it. That's it. Move it. Anything that gets the body moving. Absolutely anything. A dance party, a trip outside for that scavenger hunt, an obstacle course, indoors, outdoors, any kind of movement. Make it, which is number two. That's the creative or hands on. Maybe it's a drawing challenge. She created a comic book one time because she was quote unquote bored, which then has fueled her love. And she's like creating these comic book stories in her head so that she can then plan out her next one. Maybe build something out of recyclables. You know, that we have a cabinet upstairs where I just keep a whole bunch of stuff. It's always there. The kids can go and use it. Or maybe it's something like making a snack. Maybe we're making chocolate chip cookies or bread or something like that. Creative, hands-on, get the kids making something. And the last one is number three, which is imagine it. It's open-ended play. Maybe it's pretending to run a store or a restaurant. Maybe it's a stuffed animal rescue mission or vet. My kids love to play that. Creating a secret code language. Maybe it's the other day I seriously gave my kids a box. Then they grabbed markers and then they had this whole imaginative play where they were kitties, right? Those three things. So if your kid says they're stuck, maybe you say pick one. Do you want to move it, make it, or imagine it? It gives them just enough structure without deciding for them. Just enough. So you're not deciding. All they have to do is pick one of the three. If you've got younger kids or really kids of any age, you might want to create a boredom buster bin. And it's a bin, it's a basket, it's a cabinet of screen-free independent things they can pick up when they're bored. If you watch along on social media, you've seen me create this one, which just has an egg carton. It has our summer adventure pack in there with a whole bunch of cards that are prompts just to get everybody going. I have this photo frame they could decorate or do something with. You can see that we have pipe cleaners and paint, Play-Doh, dowel sticks, pom-poms, clothespins, and paper bags. You could put stuff in there that your kids love. Maybe I would end up putting in there some Matchbox cars if I'm doing it for my 3-year-old, right? Maybe it's card games that you add to it, or puzzles, or dot markers. Any of those things are a great thing. You put them all in there, and then when they claim they're bored and they're kind of stuck and they can't figure out how to get out of it, or they're just moping and following you around, you can be like, here, your challenge is to do something with the items in this box or this cabinet. And since we're on the subject of boredom, you need to grab this month's freebie, the 31-day connection calendar. It's packed with screen-free, easy activities and connection ideas for the end of summer and those busy back-to-school days. Seriously, it's one item every single day. You do it, you check it off. It takes 5 to 10 minutes to do each of them, and it's an opportunity to reconnect as a family or one-on-one with your child. And the big news, in case you didn't already know, when you download it and join our email list, you're automatically entered to win our Boredom Buster giveaway. So I will lovingly create a Boredom Buster box for you and ship it off to you and send it your way. All you have to do is go download the connection calendar. You're automatically entered to win. So your Boredom Buster box will be fun, creative, screen-free supplies and activities that your kids will be sure to love and be sure to be able to create something with. It's happening this month only, the month of August 2025, in case you're listening to this at some other point. So go grab the connection calendar now. It's at beyondthescreenfamilies.com/back to school. Now, here's your reminder. Not every I'm bored needs fixing. And I know that's hard. I'm coming at you as a parent who feels this on so many levels. It's okay for your kids to be bored. These moments, even when they whine and mope, teach resilience and self-reliance. And those are two powerhouse skills and support systems within themselves that they're going to need for their entire life. When you can tell they just need to sit in it, sit in that boredom, you might want to try saying, I know it's tough when you're bored. I can't wait to see what you come up with. I've said that phrase, those two sentences to my daughter so many times. There are times, yes, when I will intervene and be like, let's go do that scavenger hunt. Go take the boredom buster bin. Or let's look at one of the challenges on the summer adventure pack and let's do that, right? But there are other times where she just needs to sit in it. She just needs to sit in it and be left with her thinking and her own capability to get herself out of that I'm bored hump. And that is powerful. So next time, I want you to try and step back. Most of the time, your kids are going to surprise you. If you want to lighten the mood, you can turn it into a challenge. I bet you can come up with the weirdest, funniest game in the next 5 or 10 minutes. And that's going to spark their brain down this wild and crazy path. Sometimes they just need a little prompt, which is exactly what these cards in the summer adventure pack do, right? It's just a prompt to get their brain going. Things like challenges shift the vibe without you having to plan a thing. You don't have to scramble around. You put the onus back on your child, and we move past that mopey, whiny hump. So let's wrap this episode up. Today we've covered why boredom isn't the enemy, right? It is a powerful tool that helps our kids learn self-reliance, resilience. My favorite 3 boredom fix categories: move it, make it, imagine it. Remember, you just pull them out of your pocket and you've got it to use. And when to let them be bored on purpose, because being bored on purpose is a powerful thing. That is where you will see magic happen with your kids and what they create and come up with. Your challenge this week, the next time your kid says, I'm bored, try giving them those 3 prompts: move it, make it, or imagine it, and see what happens. If you'd like to go a step further, you can download the Summer Adventure Pack. It's on our website. You can use it for whenever, not just summer. And it is full of over 30 prompts that you could give your children. Then DM me at Beyond the Screen Families and tell me what they picked, if they picked one of the 3, or which challenge is their favorite. I love hearing those stories. If you have pictures to share of them involved in it, we'd love to see those as well. Don't forget, you can grab your 31-day connection calendar at beyondthescreenfamilies.com/back to school. Join the email list, and you'll do that by entering your email into that to get the connection calendar, and you're automatically entered to win in the Boredom Buster giveaway, right? It's open now, and you definitely don't want to miss it. You get a connection calendar just off the bat, and then somebody's going to win the Boredom Buster box giveaway. Thanks for spending time with me today, and here's to trading a little screen time for moments that stick.